Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Every person on the planet Earth will have an RFID chip implant where the bankers and the governments can monitor every transaction you make.
If you want, which is what they do want, a world government, a world central bank, a world currency, electronic, no cash, and a micro population, you've got to keep creating the problems, get the people to react, and then they, who've covertly created the problem, offer the solutions to the problems they've created, which is the constant centralization of power. That's what all the solutions are.
The first step is destabilization. We've been through that. That's restricting economic freedom, increasing the volume of money, produce conflict, promote fear, over-regulating of current legal system. That's exactly what we're seeing. Second step is deconstruction. That's where we are right now. Inflation, lower purchasing power, bankruptcies, restriction of economic freedom, suspension of current arrangement systems. And the third step is reconstruction, setting up a new financial system. Then they will pop up and play the savior. Those who are trying to kill us will all of a sudden pop up and play the savior, assume the role as a savior in times of need. Universal basic income is what they're going to offer us.
And you know they're going to go to implanted RFID. I mean, you know that. I mean, it's coming. And you know what you will do? You'll do it.
I'm talking about a cartel that wants to put a chip in our hands that will give them complete central control.
This is the mark of the beast.
And I'm here with Meow, and he's got, show us the chip implanted.
Okay, here we go, and I'll see if I can get it working.
It's implanted?
It's implanted underneath my skin. Let's see if we can get it.
Can you get it?
There we go.
Transaction cancelled.
One day. Stay tuned.
Nice.
October, I think. We're going to launch.
And why did you put it in your thumb? Because you could?
Oh, yeah, so... Sorry, I put it in my thumb because I saw some other people doing it, and a big part of biohacking is this movement called grinding.
Oh, right.
Grinding is about taking technology and putting it inside your body.
Yep.
So one of the things that we've thought about doing is approaching some people where this might actually be useful to them. So banks, for example, they spend a lot of money on biometrics. Everyone wants cardless cash, and no one's worked out a really frictionless way of doing it.
Yep.
So we thought instead of grabbing fingerprints and vein patterns and things, what about if you took the existing technology and just convinced people to stick it inside
Stick
their
it
body?
inside their body. I think that's a tough sell.
A few of them have been wrapped. You'd be surprised.
Really?
We have people queuing up for implants.
Wow,
so our
nice.
next stage of the business is to bring someone on who wants to do the implanting.
Got it.
And we're doing demo NFC payment using Braintree PayPal at the moment, hopefully. So that's how we're going to bootstrap it. And then hopefully one of the big banks or payment providers will buy our technology from us.
Fantastic. Best of luck.
Central bankers belatedly admit, oh, now that you've mentioned it, yes, banks create the money supply. So let's abolish that now. Also, by the way, let's abolish cash. So what should we do? Well, introduce digital cyber currency that central banks issue and control, and thereby gain total control over all economic transactions, decisions, and the whole lot you've just heard from the CEO of the GDI. So the greatest concentration of central banking power in history is really the bid they're aiming at. That's the central bank's goal. And of course, digital accounts of dissenters and regime critics could be switched off. It'd be very difficult to even purchase necessities. So this is an Orwellian dystopia of total control, the end of any freedoms. That's really what central banks are aiming at. Several central banks have, like the Bank of England, already prepared their microchip implant RFID to be implanted under your skin. And why is the sudden discussion about universal basic income from all the grassroots and inverted commas movements and billionaires. Oh, universal basic income is the bribe for you to accept the micro-chip.
Also, they never talk about the nature of this CBDC. What is it actually going to look like? They never talk about that. Right. But I heard one European central banker tell me what it's going to look like. He saw it. He was invited to one of the old central banks in Europe that are very much promoting this. And they showed him. And, you know, he's a top, executive director of another central bank in Europe, and there's no reason to believe that he was telling me a story. And he was around this large and would be implanted under your skin. So that is the plan.
Now we have the technology for the microchip implant. And so in 2017, Bill Gates came out and said that universal basic income is a good idea, but it's too early to introduce it. Now, what was still missing, so we had the technology for the microchip implant, but what was missing was the digital ID hadn't been introduced.